What's up, my loves and fellow creatives? All right. I was spending a little more time than I should have on this one, but as of the Shopify challenge and what we're doing in the academy, the whole point is to give you examples and templates and work that you can immediately put to work. So this is one of those that is going to help you make your sales. It's going to make a really, really, really easy but extravagant looking piece of work. So I want you to imagine that this can be t-shirts, of course. But particularly just think of this as being a poster. This could be also for decorative elements, gifts, any of those things. And I'm actually going to flip this, if I can, flip it twice to show you in a sports application and a memorial application. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. This is going to be super, super simple, y'all. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to export this artwork as is. Go ahead and quick export it as PNG. So I have my first version ready to go. And hopefully you all can hear me. Can you let me know if you can hear me in the chat? I know there's a little delay, so I'm going to get started and then hopefully you all be able to let me know if you can hear me. Thank you. I actually picked these colors right from the background that you are receiving here. This background is AI generated. Okay, so we're going to do some, we're going to continue to do AI, but we're going to do a special AI class in June. So tomorrow we'll be releasing the wait list for that class because it's going to be limited people in the class because we're actually going to be doing AI together. So if you're going to be interested in that, look out for that. I'll be dropping a link for it tomorrow. So even the photo right here is AI generated. The photo of the wedding couple is AI generated. And so is that background. All right. Y'all can hear me. Let's go. I'm going to right click on the photo here and you'll see that there is an image here that you can change, which says double click to change. That's what we're going to click on. So right click, double click to change so we can change out that photo. And then what we're going to do is go ahead and change this out to a different image here. And I put this one here so you can kind of have an idea of where to go with the image. Don't go too much further out of that and don't go any taller than this. So that silhouette is to help guide you on where to put your photo. So in order to place a photo here, we would go, and I'm going to do this all over again so you can see, delete my stuff so I can do it from scratch. So File, Place Embedded. And I'm going to go ahead and place our image. Actually, I'm going to have to do it from here because I removed the background with Remove BG. So I'm going to show you drag and drop right now. And all of these are AI generated as well. So we're going to have some fun with AI, y'all, for sure. Okay, and I'm going to make sure that she's within the silhouette space here. Then I'm going to go ahead and fade off the bottom of the image here because I don't want to see any hard lines. So let's go ahead and add a layer mask, grab our paintbrush here, and I'm going to make the paintbrush about, usually I make it about 800 pixels. I'm making it a little bit smaller so I can have a little more control over what it deletes or mask off because it's not deleting anything, and that's the beautiful thing about using layer mask. I deleted absolutely nothing. If I needed to bring something back, it's still there. Okay, and as we know, black is going to conceal and white will reveal. So that's why we use the black when we did the brush on the layer mask. So I'll turn off that silhouette now. I'm going to go ahead and close out and save. Or in this case, I saved first and then closed out. And let's give it a little bit of time for it to update that. Yeah, Morticia, we're going to do Mid-Journey. There's Photoshop AI that's actually inside of Photoshop now. And then we're going to be using ChatGPT to help us generate the prompts, talk about upscaling the images, and pretty much it's going to be a pretty intense day of all AI. And whoever comes to the AI class, whatever AI we generate, we're going to drop it into a folder and everyone will be able to share their AI that they created that day. So it's going to be a pretty fun time. So like I said, wait list to come out tomorrow, but it's something that's much needed for sure. All right, so let me go ahead and close out of that now, and we'll see that it updates there. So I have some text in the front that says save the date, but I want to actually play with the text that's in the back right now. So I have foreground has text 1 and text 2. I'm actually going to turn those off because I want to activate the text that's in the background layer. So I see where this date is right here. I'm going to, where it says text behind, I'm going to go ahead and go to that layer. Actually, let me click on the date itself, 7/11. Okay, so in this folder, you'll see I'm teaching y'all something a little different. Like you don't always have to have the text right on top of the image. In fact, sometimes it can look a lot more elegant if it's subtle or if it plays in different areas, different ways. So I'm going to mark this one as simply the best. Okay, and then I'm going to turn off the date there. Okay, and notice how some of the colors are showing through. It's opaque in some areas. The art is covering up in other areas, and we can absolutely play with that there. And as a matter of fact, I think what I'm going to do, I was going to change this, but I kind of like the simply the best just like that because it looks suggestive. And not like it's like text that's right on top of her image. So let's do that one. And then what I want to do here is we can keep this background. We can change it out. I'm just letting you know that is, I will keep this background, make it beautiful. It looks like it's paradise. So now this is a remembrance design. So literally we just went from celebration of life to celebration of life. We're celebrating life, you know, together on this earth with a wedding, and we're celebrating the life of this beautiful spirit here. Either way, this template works really, really well to look elegant, well designed, and ready for you to switch out. Did y'all see how quick that was? 5 minutes or less. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a third application of this, and it's going to be for sports. Okay, so we'll go back to our image here where it says double click to change. And let's double click to change it. That's why I named it that. All right. And then this time, let's go ahead and place our image. You can do file, place, embedded, but because I have my folder here, I'm going to do a little drag and drop. And this is my football kid who is AI generated. So of course, Tina was not AI generated. Tina is one of the most original people on this planet. So AI could never duplicated, Tina. But but in this case, this is giving us some really good images that are pretty much royalty free. You don't have to worry about whether you're using somebody else's husband and wife, somebody else's kid in your mock-up. So this is why I'm really teaching AI, so that we can get off of using other people's images and really get into using our own content and even making some beautiful work with it. All right, so this one, the reason why I made his uniform blue and green is because if I really want to change out these colors, y'all, it's super easy to change out blue and green without changing flesh tones. So I'm going to show you that real quick. I'll go to the hue and saturation. So when I developed this in AI, I told it I wanted the uniform to be blue and green. So what I could do is I could go to this finger here and I can pick up where the blue is. And that's telling me those are blues. And I can change the hue there. And you see, we can get a little fancy there. I can also change the saturation to make it bolder, more colorful, or more subdued, more to the gray levels. And so those are the blues. If I go with the cyans, I could also completely gray it out to see where they are and change that. So I can make his uniform actually be purple. Actually, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a purple uniform here. And go back to my blues. Like a nice purple, nice purple. And then where the green is, I can pick on the green here with the finger, and it probably will tell me it's green. Sometimes it'll tell me it's yellow, depending on what type of green it is. And then what I'm going to do is change the green because I don't really want another color. Well, maybe I do. Let's see. Do I want to change that color to maybe... Might want to do a gold. Usually purple is with gold. I don't really see purple with any other color, so we can try that. So I'm going to get to where I kind of have a yellow. Just give me a little gold, a little Vegas there. And then I'm going to bring down the saturation because usually gold in a uniform is going to be like a Vegas. And honestly, this isn't giving me a lot of gold, so I'm just going to bring it down, saturation down to 0. So it'll make it more of a gray color. Yeah, so now I just went from blue and green to a neutral and pretty much like a Vegas-y gold with the purple there. And that was nothing that y'all are going to do in class today, but I was just showing you how we could change that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the blue and the green for the purpose of flipping it because I want to show you why we are picking colors. So let me get rid of this hue saturation layer. I was just showing y'all something to do. I use that a lot in prom images where they want the prom image to match the school, but maybe the prom gown or the suit they were wearing was peach and maybe the school colors are blue. And then basically I'll use the hue saturation to change the color of the outfits. We'll also be playing with how AI can do that too in our AI class. AI can actually make a whole different type of shirt and all. Some cool stuff you can do here. All right, anyways, let's go ahead and pick one of these blues here. I'm going to pick that one right there. And what I did was I just picked it and it automatically stored it in my foreground color. I'm going to hit my switcheroo button and go ahead and pick this green from my background color. Boom, boom. So now I have blue and green chosen in my color picker here. I'm going to check my swatches and I see that my blue and my green is there. Okay. And now I'm going to go ahead and update this. I'm going to close that out. And my pop-up came over here. I'm going to say yes to save. All right, as soon as that finishes updating, then I can go ahead and change my colors. So I want y'all to see that. Like, imagine this as if you had a cutout image, a real contoured image. The couple took up more space. Tina's head took up more space because it was a more square. But now this is a more vertical image. And just imagine that this is something you can do for sports. Maybe Sports moms don't necessarily like the type of graphics that they're traditionally seeing on shirts. Well, this is something they probably could get jiggy with because it looks real elegant and clean, and it would even impress the guys. So the boys will really love this too because then they can make this wall art in their room. So think of wall art, shirts, plaques, clocks, things that people will pay to basically memorialize a certain event. Okay. All right, so we could keep the simply the best here, or I could show you how to change the text. It is not hard at all. You can just right click, and I'm going to click until I find the word simply. And what I will do is, because I want to keep simply the best there for y'all, I'm going to duplicate the group here. Okay, turn off the simply the best. And here, let's say this is going to be like a team name. So then this could be let's say it's the Your Town Bears. So we're going to take the word the from here. And then I'm going to alt click and drag it up here where bears are. And then I'm going to double click on top of the T so I can change the text. I'm going to call this Your Town. And like, find out here, we're not using a bunch of fonts. We're not using no fancy fonts. Typically, we're usually using like 2, maybe 3 fonts per design. This one, what we're doing is we're playing with how we're using the text so that we don't have to get complicated with the text. And I am going to kind of space this out a little bit so the font stays small. So I'm going to come over here to the right-hand side. And right here where we have the spacing, I'm going to give it like a 200. I might even give it a 300. Let me type in 300 there. That's what I'm talking about. And then what I'm doing is I'm touching the text so that it kind of looks like it's all melted together. All right, so Your Town Bears, and then maybe here where it says the, I'm going to put, maybe his name is, I'm going to double click here, and I'm going to put city, and then champ. But I'm going to do it as if it's his name. So what I'll do is I'll use the same kind of cursive font we had earlier. And that was called Pink Script. Okay. I'm just going to make that a little bit bigger here. And just showing you how you could keep it simple and make it still look extravagant. What did I say I was going to call this? City what? I don't even remember what I was saying there. All right, so, City Champs. Champs. Okay, so now Champs is too big, so I need to make it smaller. I could choose to squish it by the sides and make it smaller, which I do Control T here. I'm going to squish it by the sides here till it lines up with this over here. And if it looks too squished, which it absolutely does, then my goal would be to give it a little bit shorter of height so that it doesn't look so nasty and stretched out. Okay, so now it's City Champ. Okay. Really, really simple. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, well, maybe it'd be cool if this was going to the beach with the football theme, but that's not quite what we're doing. So let's go ahead and change out the background here. So the background I have is actually within the paint splotches back here. So if you check in the background layer, it says paint color 2 with the background image. So that is your background image. We're going to double click there. I'll give y'all this AI art of the sunset here. But we're going to put in a football field here. I think I saved the football field. This isn't exactly a football field, but you won't be able to tell by the time the paint does its thing. Excuse me, y'all. All right, I'm just going to make this as big as I need to take up this space here. And then this is also going to bring in my blue and green. So that was another reason why I wanted to keep blue and green. And we'll let that go. Boom, boom, boom. That's it. Now, I will tell you, it looks like the colors are blue, but we had blue from before. So I want to let y'all know we will have to change the colors out here to be the colors of the uniform here. So let's go. What I'm going to do is actually take the background image below here. And I'm going to show you what this color is actually coloring right here. So color number 2 is coloring part of the background. And then color number 2 with the paint is coloring the blue part of the background. You see that? Okay, so basically, you don't even have to put an image in the background. You can just rock with the colors and you're ready to go. Like this is ready to be turned into a canvas. Like I said, think of wall art, think of blankets. Imagine like everybody on the football team, like having these blankets and they still look nice and elegant. They can carry them on the plane, they can travel with them, but it still is really celebrating, celebrating the kid. So what was I going to do? I'm showing you how to change out the colors here. So let's go back to the top. Let's change out color number 2. Let's make that the green color. Okay, and all we have to do is really just click on it from our swatches here. But I'm going to duplicate it so y'all will have both colorways in here. Okay, there's the green. Let's watch it happen. All right, so green is in there now, and then color number 2, let's flip that to the blue. Duplicate that. And that's our blue. All right, now automatically, like I said, this is artwork ready for the school, but you could also put a logo in the background here. You can put patterns or prints back here. I'm going to go ahead and just bring this image above the green now so I can see the football field here. And then if I want the football field to be in the second color too, let's say I don't want the second color, I want the image instead, I can actually take this background image and drag it also into this area and link the two. So I'll do that for y'all. So y'all won't have to do it and be like, Shannon, I tried to do what you said, but you didn't show it on the screen. You didn't drag it and show us. So I just dragged it and showed you. I did an alt click and drag. So you notice it's there 1 and 2. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock these together. So 1 and 2, I had one selected. I'm going to hold down Control, select the other one, and I'm going to link that. That way, if I move one background, the other background is going to move too. All right, so here it is. See how it's moving together? All right, all right. All right, so that's my image. It's ready to go. It's super, super simple. Like I said, I want you all to know that I want to make these templates simple as possible. I want it to have impact. I want you to know how you could be using this. I want you to know how you could be selling this right now and making money on the classes that you're taking and the templates that you're purchasing at this very moment. I want no more excuses why your Shopify store is a bear or why you're not putting your work out there, okay? So giving y'all a winning formula. Let's rock. Let's roll. I cannot wait to see what you all come up with in class. Let's go. Wall art, pillows, slates, clocks, even down to if you're doing the banners for graduation, like all of these things. I want you to think how you can go with this and come up with a practical work that you can get done today. All you need is a photo. That's it. You don't even need a background image because you could just use the colors. Come with one photo and get ready to post that on your Shopify store because I want to see you selling. All right. All right, y'all. Awesome. I'm glad y'all like it. Listen, I appreciate you. I love you dearly. And until next time, bye. Oh, you know what? I lied and said bye. I wanted to show you all how to turn this into a 13 by 19. Is that okay? I almost forgot about this. So this could be like a 13 by 19 t-shirt image too. I almost forgot. Okay. Let me go ahead and I forgot to save Matina. So let me go ahead and save this one. Doom, doom, doom. I'll go back and get Tina later. Let me wait for this thing to give me my quick export as PNG. All right, so this one will be number 3. All right, so let's turn this into a 13 by 19. I want to keep the organic shape outside. I don't really want to use a layer mask per se. So what I did was I took the little paint elements and I made a 13 by 19 stack or arrangement of it so that it would look better for the purposes of printing on a 13 by 19 shirt. So let's say, hey, I want to do your banners, I want to do your blankets for the football team, but I also want to do some 13 by 19 shirts. I'll also show you that these work perfect as all over shirts. Okay, so you know I like to be versatile with these templates. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and turn on this layer that's called 13 by 19, and then I'm going to turn off the all over right here. Okay, and then for the paint color, what I want to do, I'm going to keep the text here, and then I'm going to turn off. Let me go ahead and group this stuff here. So that was the text, and this is what the paint is. Okay, so I can turn off the second layer of paint and just go with my layer 1 there, and I'm gonna add a little bit of my second color there because I like it. So I'm actually gonna do a paint all over. I'm going to show y'all how I do this. So y'all get to see this. You won't have to do this because the template will already have it in there. But I'm going to duplicate this all over paint layer. Duplicate the group. So this file will be a 13 by 19-ish and an all over. But I'll still make a smaller version of it as 13 by 19. All right. So now what I'm going to do is take this little piece here. And I'm going to turn on my guide so I kind of have an idea of where my 13 by 19 style space is. So I'm not going out of place there. All right, so that's paint number 1. I'm going to bring this down because we don't recognize it, but see how big that paint splash was? It was huge. And I want it to work within my 13 by 19. This will not work, y'all. This watercolor, not gonna say it will not work. It will look a little funky if you try to do it for DTF. Okay, just giving you a heads up. This is one of those ones where you show off how sublimation can do like no other. Okay, so what I'm doing, like I said, I'm just kind of shrinking it down to where my paint elements are now fitting inside of my 13 by 19 area, including these little splashes. And then that way I have a nice, neat 13 by 19 version of this graphic as well. Okay. And I didn't have to do too much work at all to do it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this. So y'all have the 13 by 19 version. Y'all know what I just did? Oh, I just forgot to change the title to 13 by 19. I thought I changed it without duplicating it. I was going to say y'all was going to get a live lesson in what not to do. Okay, so I duplicated it. So that's my 13 by 19 version. My all over one is still out there on the outside. This one still has the all over on the outside. You see the difference there? And then my 13 by 19 is all nice and tight in the center of the graphic. So let me turn off the all over for a second so we can go ahead and save this. And I need to get this paint, this right here, paint number 5. Got to get inside of here. Okay. All right. All right. So now what I can do is I can go ahead and make this an art export as well. You want to see what it looks like, PNG, you can kind of get it there. You need a white background when you're playing with watercolors because you do not know what you're going to get if you don't have that white background activated. All right, so let me close everything up so I can see what I'm working with here. Let's go ahead and quick export this one as PNG. It's going to be more of a 13 by 19 orientation. It's not going to be a 13 by 19 size. So let me show you how to do that without having to have a whole nother file to do a 13 by 19 size. It is taking a little while. All right, so we will call that number 4. Oops, not in front of the dot. All right, so that's our 4th version. That'll be a nice little 13 by 19 PNG. Then I'm going to bring Tina back, show you what that looks like as the 13 by 19. Bring the tropical background back, and then that way you can see it built from the all over back to the 13 by 19, back to the original image. And you can see how when you are really working with these files, you can get to working very quickly, very efficiently, just playing around with it and getting confident with it. All right, so let's go ahead and change out our image here. We're going to go where it says double click to change. Okay, let's go ahead and change it back to Tina, Miss Tina. All right, and I'm just letting it update because it's adding artistic effects, and you all will see it when you see it. It makes it look like it's painted. So it does take some time to render this. So I want you all to know that. All right. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and center this picture a little bit more because the football picture was a little, I lied. Let me go to that. I want to change the whole watercolor image. Move that all together. There we go. I just want to make sure it's a little more centered there. And of course, I can change the words back. So let me go to where I had the bears, and now I'm going to go to simply the best. So the bears, this is going to say your town, city champs, just so that you have that variation. Okay, so we have that one saved. And then I have simply the best right there. And I can change the color of simply the best. I can make it blue or I can make it green. And I think what I'm going to do is take it back to our original color. But I'm just showing you how I've already thought of the majority of the ways that you're going to be flipping things out in here. So if you keep it really, really simple, you can be extremely safe, but also make your project look extremely expensive, okay? All right, let's double click on this image in the background. Let's change it back now. So I'm just going to turn the eyeball off for the stadium and reveal our beach here. That's going to update automatically. Y'all see how AI put that little tree where I don't know if the tree's supposed to be off the edge of the water or like sprouting up out of the water. But in the AI class, we're going to go over ways that we can correct things like that too. I didn't care about it because it's in the background and my foreground image is going to be covering that little lonely tree up. But I'm almost done. I'm live. Huh? I'm live. I'm almost done now. Huh? Okay. So let us go back to our colors that we chose before. So I can go all the way to the top, change out color number 1. And now all I have to do is just turn off the eyeball there and then reveal my previous color. That is the beauty of being able to switch between colors there. All right, and then color number 2, I'm going to change here. And then I'm going to show you, if you did not want to put an image in it at all, what it would look like with just the image colors. Okay, so we have the tropical image there. If I put the text on, just the color, then I can also see just the color. Okay. And where did my the go? Did I might have moved my the. Let me definitely put, oh, it's over there on the corner there. Okay. So if I wanted this one to stand out more, I could put it over here. Or you can also use the top layer. I'm going to show you how to use the top layer with the wedding image. We use the top layer. All right, and again, I'm going to show you what it looks like as the, oh, I have to turn off the background image for the other one too. So I'll turn off the background image there, and we just see the color. So this is a way that we can just recognize the color here without using the image. All right, I'm going to flip it back to the wedding one because that's the original image, and then you'll get to see that in play. So let's go back to where it says double click to change the photo. Let's activate our wedding photo. And this is something too, if you want more color in the actual image, like let's say the actual wedding photo, you can put the color from the image behind the image, and it will use that color to kind of add more of that theme color to the background. So you see, for instance, here they have on white. So basically, the color that's going to spread out is going to be the color from their garments and their hair. So more of the brown would spread out, and more of the white would spread out. If you place a color intentionally behind this image, then I'm going to show you what that looks like. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say yes here. And let that update. Like I said, this is the one that takes some time because it's rendering it artistically. So we're going to leave it alone. Take your hands and do mastermind hands or something in the meantime. And see how now it has the peach color in the background. That was intentional. So if I take it off, I'm going to show you what that looks like. And then I can always add my colors in the background with the watercolor effect. I said I have to hold my hands and make sure I'm not clicking on nothing while Photoshop is thinking. All right, and this will be, ooh, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so for this one, we put the text on top. So I'm going to go with the text 1, text 2, calling that more of a save the date. And then here where we had simply, I'm going to turn that off. And then I have the date back here. And I have the date kind of faded off a little bit. You can choose to make it full featured if you want to. And I am going to, did I still forget to save Martina? I probably did. I was talking too much. But I'm going to save this as a PNG so you can see what it looks like. It's a 13 by 19 with just the color. Then we'll bring the sunset image back and save it just like that. All right, so yep, I forgot to do Martina. Let's see, 1, 2. This is supposed to be 2. Yep. And then I'm going to turn this back into the all over. Now this file is big, so hopefully your Photoshop and your computer can handle it. If it cannot, it may just be during the live class. It can't handle the Zoom plus the live streaming plus the Photoshop. And if that's the case, just sit out of class and see if you're able to do it afterwards. All right, so that's good. Now I'm going to turn this back to the all over. So I went to the 13 by 19, close it up, activate the all over here. And then I have a 13 by 19 here I can turn off, activate the all over. So now I'm getting my all over splash back. The save the date looks like I want it to look. And then if I want to add the background image back in there, y'all see what that does? It puts the water and trees where the color was once saved. There it is. All right. So that's it, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and save this, upload this. So if you are VIP, Platinum VIP, Shopify Accelerator, or Inner Circle, you can come to the live classes on Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the free 99. So come on. You'll get the template. You'll be able to work right along with us, and you will get something done before the end of class. Before we close out, you'll have something that you can put on a product and sell. Guaranteed, as long as your Photoshop can handle it. All right, all right. So I will see you all in class tonight. I'm actually probably going to have to teach class tonight because I waited so, I did too much to this file, y'all. I ain't going to lie. I did too much to the file, and I want to be able to help you all through it. So if y'all need anything, make sure that you are in the free Facebook community. That is the Innate Lab Facebook community. And then we also have a free community on academy.innatelab.com. So there's no excuse why you shouldn't be learning and designing and getting your inspiration on, okay? And then, of course, we have things you can buy. Of course, we have things that you can get into classes and programs, but at least start with the free so you can see what we have going on, get some ideas, get your gears going, and we hope to see you inside the academy. All right. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all dearly. Until next time. Bye.